everyone. Welcome back. I'm so happy you're back. You are back and joining me in our 5-day reset, our 5-day financial reset challenge. I'm Keana Robinson, and I'm the founder of Uplifting Legacy, and we are going to step it up a notch. Yesterday, we talked about goal setting, so you can go back and watch that video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Keana Robinson, Uplifting Legacy, because this challenge is going to reset your finances. We are going to we're going to have goals. We're going to we're going to have a budget, plan for savings, getting out of debt. So much is going to happen within these next 5 days. Well, 4 days now. And so thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I do not take it lightly. I ask God to bless everyone that is going to be on this challenge and to give us all knowledge and wisdom of what we should do with the money that He gave us to steward, to manage. We don't own it. We don't own a penny, not one penny. So we have to do what God is telling us to do in His Word and what He's telling us to do in our life. So we are going to get started. I am going to share my screen and just show you the agenda that okay. So you are going to see what this challenge is. And I'll just start here. It is the 5 days challenge that's going to stop strategies to stop living paycheck to paycheck and create a simple plan to save, pay off debt, and start building financial security. In these days, you're going to have clear, actionable, keyword action, actionable reset plan that's going to move you closer to financial stability and growth. So yesterday, we went over some of the housekeeping things. This is how you can go to my YouTube page and see other videos too that I've created to help with financial education. Also, you can go to my website at upliftinglegacy.com where you can book one-on-one sessions with me. You can see my bio and you can get my workbook that I created to help my clients through multiple strategies in saving, getting out of debt, building wealth, and legacy. So that's where you can go to get any of that. The workbook is used throughout this challenge as well. And you can write in it and track your progress. So we also have the overview here. So yesterday we went over the mindset and goal setting. Today is strategy, budgeting. And I know, why am I excited? I am excited though, because your finances is strategic. And I think that's one of the things that we don't learn growing up. We don't learn it. We don't learn it in school. Sometimes we don't learn it in our families. We just don't know it, just come out knowing it's a strategy to your finances. So this is why I love financial education. I love learning. I'm continuing to learn, and I love to share what I learn as well. So let me pull up this as well. Okay, so today we are going to talk about budgeting, reviewing your habits, creating a realistic budget, and how to track your money. So I have to be very honest that this is my favorite part of finance. I know it's like Don't laugh at me, y'all. Just, I know it's kind of like a little nerdish, I know, but I think I love it so much, the strategy part and the budgeting part of it, because I think this, with the help of God, of course, being first, but this also helped me to become financially secure and to have peace about my finances. Like having peace is like no other, where you don't have to worry about a bill coming in. You don't have to worry about if something happens, what am I going to do? And strategizing and creating a budget is what helped me from when I was in a whole bunch of debt. It helped me get out of it because I had a plan. So don't be afraid of the word budget. Don't be afraid of it. I know people make it to sound like, oh no, I gotta be on a budget. I gotta put down everything that I do, and it's so strict and restrictive, and it does not have to be like that. Look at it like this. Your budget is your way to tell your money what to do. Like you get to be your own CFO, Chief Financial Officer of your own money. Like you get to be in control of your coins and your dollars. So that's how I kind of look at it, as like, let me tell my money what to do before I get paid. Before I get paid, that's one key. Key, key. Let me say that again. Key aspect that I had to learn when I was strategizing is putting my money on paper in Excel, however you want to do it. We're putting it down first before our paycheck. And so that is key because like people always do it in reverse. They do it in reverse. They say, hey, here's my money. Now let me spend it because this is what I think is supposed to happen. This is what I think I'm supposed to do with it, this paycheck. But in reality, we got to flip that. Remember, we talked about mindset yesterday? We're going to flip that mindset. This is so key. Please listen. If you don't take anything else from what I'm saying today, it's key to track your money before you get paid. Track your money. So you want to know where you're planning for it to go before you get paid, and then you want to track it during the time until your next paycheck or your next check that's coming in. So we'll talk about what all that means. But today, as this slide says, it's going to be we're going to talk about strategy and how the strategy is going to help you to build that stability one step at a time. One step at a time. It's a strategy to saying, okay, I have my income. Now what do I do? Do I pay my debt first? Do I save first? Do I give first? Do I pay myself first? Like it's so many different things that you can do with the money you have coming in. But how do you know what goes first and what goes? That's why it is strategy involved. And strategy also is going to be taken one step at a time. And we're going to get into that. But this statement says, my savings reflect wisdom, discipline, and trust in God's timing. So, how I spend my money, how I save my money, it's all going to be discipline. It's going to take some time and it's going to take some commitment. and it's going to take some action. But once you start doing it, you're going to see the benefits. You're going to say, oh my goodness, like I have this amount left at the end of my paycheck, at the end of the month. Clients that I've worked with in the past, they are surprised. They're very much surprised. And most of the time it's in the positive way that when we actually do a budget, when they actually see all of their money on paper or Excel or an app or however to the dollar, they are astonished that, oh my goodness, like I have $500 left at the end of the month. I have $700 left at the end of the month, and where is it going? And I'm like, you must, but I know because I've been there. We spend, and we don't have a name for our dollars. Every dollar should have a name, and we're going to talk about that. But so it's going to take a minute to get used to it if you're not used to doing it and tracking it. But once you do, oh my goodness, you're going to get in that rhythm. You're going to see that progress. You're going to see how you're paying off debt, how you're saving for emergencies, and it's going to feel so good. Once again, how God is telling us to do it is the best way to do it. And I know that's what blessed me, what's helped me, and what's helping me to help others. So it's going to take strategy. So now, savings. We are going to talk about savings. We're going to dig into savings, and it's going to be a part of our strategy because we have to give some, we have to save some, and we're going to spend some. It's so funny because I teach at one of our public elementary schools and finance and middle school. I'm sorry, middle schoolers. They're middle school age, so 7th, 8th graders. And so I always share with them like you're gonna be able to spend some, and that's the majority of your money. That's most of your money. Spend it. We're gonna have, of course, be wise with our spending. But then we're gonna save some and we're gonna share some or give some. And you should see the looks that I get. They are looking at me all crazy, like in every class, every session, somebody says, what do you give some? I ain't giving none of my money. So I have to explain to them that don't you get money? Don't people give you money? So you have to share it with other people, and it's a benefit. When you give, you receive. Have you heard of that? You have to give things to receive things, and it's always good to help people and to help organizations or to help, others because it's always a good thing and a good feeling. So it is just too cute. But that's like us, you know. God is like give, give, and it will be given back to you, pressed down, shake. So, and what are we like? I don't know about that. I don't know. Everybody has their own choice to make, but it's just so cute how I see a lot of us and the children making those faces like, so yeah. And so here is a statement, savings matter, even small amounts. You don't have to say, oh, I'm going to save $800 every month. If you can, that's excellent, amazing. But small amounts make a difference. So this statement says, I'm resourceful, I'm creative, and I'm open to new opportunities. Provision flows through me as I take faithful action. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take some action and begin. So, budgeting. Okay. Now, here is that give, save, invest, or spend. So here are your 3 buckets, which we talked about. So the first thing you want to start doing is listing. Well, let's first kind of take a quick look in your bank statements, uh, or your apps, however you spend your money, that you can go back and look at it and just go and take a quick look. Go down a couple pages and say, what have I really been spending my money on? What have I been bringing out to eat? Is it at the grocery store? Because we know how groceries are high. Is it gas money? Like what am I spending my money on? Is it wants versus needs? What is it? Like what are we spending our money on? So take a quick look at your however you can see what you're spending and and just see. Just see what it is and just keep a track of like write down a few things where you're like question mark, should I really be spending this amount of money on this? Write it down. Take a mental note. Uh because we're gonna be looking into that also. Okay, so next thing we want to start preparing and planning for how you are going to prioritize and how you are going to track your money. So when I started years ago, when I first started, like, ooh, budgeting is a real thing and I need to do it, I had a little bitty little notebook and it was just me and my daughter, so it wasn't really big, but I had to write down, okay, this is my rent. This is what I'm planning to spend on groceries. This is my gas money. This is my car insurance. This is, and then also, I learned about the envelope system. And I think the envelope system really helped me to keep track as well because it had me say, all right, now let's say I'm just going to make it up, $1,000 in the first paycheck. All right, so I know that 200 or that or however is going in groceries. So I'm going to put that in an envelope and put on there groceries. So my next one is gas. Okay, let me put gas on front of there. So it's it's for things that is for cash mainly. But it really helped me to say, okay, when I go to the grocery store, if I want to use cash instead of my card, because cash, when you flipping out them 20s and them 10s, it feels a little different than just hitting a button and saying send or approve because you're doing it through the cash register right at the front there. So you can try it. I would try using the envelope system for some things at first because that way, if I have $200 in this envelope for groceries, you can't go over it. And if you feel like you need to go over it, you got to take it from another envelope. So guess what? I went over on my groceries. Now I'm shortening my gas amount. So I might need to stay home and not run around one day because I'm a little short on gas money. So that's why the envelope system works. One, you feel that cash in your hands and you miss it when it's leaving out your hands. And two, you are making sure that you are spending what's in this bucket. So that's one way you can track. But when I'm have my budget, I'm prioritizing. So you got to think about what are your priorities based on. And the Bible says, Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So if you put him first in, your thoughts, your time, your talent, if you just put him first in the things that you're doing, everything else is going to work out. It will. It's going to work out. So You want to prioritize. So when I started, I said, you know what, Lord, what I've been doing hasn't really been working. I'm in all this debt. I didn't have, help. People giving me money or just didn't even want to go ask people for money because I'm like, I'm an adult. I have a family. And so I need to be responsible for what I'm doing, um, and make it happen. So when I decided to get serious, I said I'm going to tithe and I'm going to take care of my household bills. And eventually I want to invest in my future. So that's how I started. I started from the beginning. Like I'm going to tie. I'm going to have a budget. I'm gonna put everything to the dollar in my and out on paper nowadays an app. So now, fast forward, married, we have children, we have grandchildren. I continue to do that many years later. And I know God has blessed it. I know He has blessed me for it. Thankfully, He will supply all of our needs. And I thank Him for it. Because now, what do? I follow the same format, the same strategy. I pay my tithe. I take care of our household. We just pay our bills. We take care of our household and I invest in my future. And now I can invest in um, others, children, grandchildren, however, loved ones. You can invest in them. And that is in ways of your not only money, but in other ways. But yes, also in money, there are investments that you can have for your children and your grandchildren. So that is how we're going to start our budgeting, prioritizing, put everything down in your budget. Every dollar, however you spend that money, it all needs to be accounted for. So let me share this. This is another, like, man. Another great tip for tracking your money. It is an app that I use that I found. I don't even know how I found this app. It's been a long time, but I think I just searched, Googled something because nobody told me about it. But it's called Checkbook. Let me show you. This is the Checkbook app. You can just go to your Google Store, App Store, however, and search Checkbook, and um, you should be able to find it. So, you can get the app, download it. Why does it keep doing this? Okay, download the app, and then you can put in there, like for instance, I have Bank One at the top, but you can put whatever bank it is. You can put a date of your paycheck, however. Um, So I do two things. One, I have a spreadsheet that I list everything for the month for our household bills. Everything that is spent, household, list it out. Everything that you spend outside of it, just household bills. So you have spending money. If you have a ladies' night and you're gonna spend money there, somebody's birthday, you're gonna spend money there. Everything that you're planning to do for that month is on paper and it's down to the dollar. Now, you don't have to do the dollar. I usually round up. So I might do up just to 10, tens in tens. So list it all down. And then, so I do that. So that's for the month, just so I can know in advance what's upcoming for the month. The second thing I do is I track my paycheck, but I want to track it in real time. So the checkbook app allows you to do that. You would put down the bank or the date or whatever title you want it to be, and then you can select if you want it to automatically um, like select your what you're tracking or to not automatically do it. I say to not automatically do it. So just a little tip there because I want to check it off myself as I spend it. And then it takes you to this screen. So this screen is where you can start listing every single item that you're planning to spend your check on before keyword, before you start spending it, right? So you have, for instance, let's just say this check was $1,200. So you're able to put that amount up in right up front, $1,200 for this check. And this is just an example. And let's just say for this check, you're going to put half of your rent in up, half your rent, because the next half is going to come on your next check. So this is just for one check. So if you get paid one time a month, then put everything on here. If you get paid every other month or, bi-weekly, then this will just be for that 2-week check. And this is that example. So your rent 500 because this is what you're going to hold in there for the next check. You have your groceries. Then you have your gas money, car insurance, and saving. This says 200. So if you add this all up, you have the $1,200 that is for your check. So you know that you put 1,200 in. That's what you're planning to spend, and this is how you planning to allocate it. And you get to put these amounts in here yourself, manually put them in. And when it's paid, so let's just say my car insurance is paid, then I can click on that and click the button, and it shows it clears it, so it's not on the screen. It's still behind the scenes. You can still see it if you click unclear, but it won't show as money that you have to spend. So it'll take a minute to get used to it, but it gets so easy. And then I'm even at the grocery store. I'm quick with it now, but I'm even at the grocery store now. I'm like, all right, let me open up my app. Okay, I spent $75 in groceries here today. So I'm going to put in here that I only spent $75 in groceries, but then I'm going to subtract that $75 from what I have in my bucket. So out of the 300, now I'm going to subtract that $75 out of there because I want my balance to always show at 0 because that's telling me that everything is balancing out. What I have coming in, what I'm saying is coming in, what I'm spending, it's balancing out. So it should always be 0, excuse me. Okay, now play around with the checkbook app. It's amazing. You might have other apps that you like to use. I've heard of many other apps that is possible too, but this works for me because I like to make it simple. It's right in front of me. I can track like I say, I round up to $5 or $10 or however, because it's not so tedious with the dollar. But you best believe up to $5, I know exactly where my money went, and I know exactly what I'm planning on spending it on. Now, of course, some things change, so you might have to adjust. You might have to say, it was bad outside, so I didn't really go anywhere for a week. So now, instead of me having $100 in my gas fund, um, I really only spent in 2 weeks probably 60. So that 40, hey, I can save it or I can spend it. That could be my little extra money. Go grab bites, eat or something. But you can play around with it and make adjustments to it. But yes, this is the best way for me to track it. Try it out. Let me know. Let me know. Come back, put some comments in the YouTube page, ask some questions. I'm here for you to answer that, answer any questions that you might have. So try it out. Try it out. Okay. Now, the next thing I wanted to chat about is some different ways um, that you can also save. Um, you can do different things, and one thing is that we're going to be talking about is the emergency fund and savings. We're going to dig more into that tomorrow. So I wanted to share this with you again that one thing is, so your homework the other day was create a goal. Even just do one short term, one long term goal. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish within a year? And what do you want to accomplish, 2 years and up? So hopefully you did your homework and you have your goal. Your homework tonight is to pick a way that you want to start tracking your money. If you like paper and pen, fine. If you like Excel spreadsheet, fine. If you want to use the workbook, you can go and get that, and you can have the digital copy of that. This is, of course, the physical, but you do have a big digital option. But the the digital option, I gotta share again. Okay, so that's fine. In the digital option, it'll be the same. You'll have a monthly expense page. So in the workbook, it'll have a monthly expense page that you can go to, and you can share this again. Hit a button, sorry. You can write out things in the actual workbook too. So you can try that. Let me share this again. So homework, find a way that you want to track your money as well. So if you want to try to do the checkbook app, try it. Just try it. Just play around with it and try it. I'm in my checkbook app all day. Almost every day because I'm running to the store doing something and I'm checking it out, making sure it balances with my bank account because it should. I mean, well, take that back. Well, it should after everything clears. So don't make the mistake of saying, oh, this ain't clear yet. I got that money. Let me spend it. No, you got to make sure it clears. But the checkbook act, you don't have to worry about that because you're tracking stuff as you spend it. So it's been a game changer for me. It really has. So check it out. So here is some information that you can see my YouTube page again that has lots of videos. I also have a video on checkbook, so you can watch me do a live demonstration with that. And then the website where you can get the workbook, book a one-on-one session, see my bio and a little history, some information about me. So I am so excited for you. You got this. You got this. I'm so happy that you have joined me and you are taking this challenge, and it makes me know that you're ready, you're serious. I'm excited for you. God got you. And check back in tomorrow because we are gonna dive even deeper. I value you. I'm thankful for you, and may God bless you.